Welcome in. It's the NBA Parlay of the Day. It's a Thursday. We have one more day, so we can hit tonight, we can hit tomorrow, and we smash for the week. You hit the thumbs up button. That does a lot for us right away. We brought in some company. We brought in some help. There's some extra firepower. Say hello to Brad Thomas and Finesse the Books from goldboys.com. We do have to at least acknowledge what happened the last time the three of us came together. I'm sorry, Brad, but at the very least, you know, the three of us, we're on the right page with the NFL. We work now in the NBA because there's a lot going on a Thursday night. Brad Thomas, at Mr. Brad Thomas. Finesse the Books, at Finesse the Books. Goldboys.com. You know them. You follow them. If not, then my goodness, correct that mistake right away. Fellas, first off, appreciate it. And Finesse, we can't get on Brad for selling the parlay last time because he's back with the gem. I promise you, he's back with the gem today.
Listen. I'm sorry to cut you off, Finesse. I gotta say something about that though. I told you guys, listen, I was having my pregame beverages and I went with the play that I loved so much. You know it's a bad sign when you're drinking, you love the play so much. And then I gave the video. They go and they talk about it's the single most bet player prop of the entire slate. And I was like, oh, that's toast. That is absolutely toast.
You know what, though? Both of us were saying that, too, in our group message here. Like, it was a great play. The only thing that ruined it is that the rest of the entire world was on it. But your process to finding CeeDee Lamb anytime was a great play. It just didn't hit.
Yeah, it was tough.
Look at Finesse. Finesse is still angry.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can never go wrong CeeDee touchdown. So, can't blame Brad. But, yeah, let's hit one today. We got to make
it. Let's do it. All right, real quick. Who's the MVP in the NBA? Finesse.
Oh.
You can say it. It's okay. You know, I know you're down in the ATL, but you can say it up here in Philly.
Yeah, it has to be MB right now. I mean, it just has to be. Jokic putting up insane numbers, and a lot of guys in contention. You can even put guys like Ann in there and stuff like that. But has to be MB. What he's doing is absolutely outrageous. His usage is through the roof. We're talking above like 40%. Last couple of games. So it's absolutely astonishing. It's leading to team success too. Obviously, you put up 70, it's easy to win games. So yeah, it has to be MB. We'll see. You got to play a certain amount of games now to get MVP. So we'll see about that. But yeah, it has to be big, man.
I got to be honest, Brad. That's the worst thing that could ever happen to Joel Embiid is putting a quota on how many games he has to play. Because this cat, and it's no knock on him, it's just the competitive instinct nature in him. But he'd rather win the MVP every night playing 82 games and just roll the dice for his health in the playoffs. Yeah. That's what scares me.
Yeah, no, I would actually bet Jokic because of that, right? Because I don't think Embiid's going to play enough games. And listen to this, I think Jokic is the kind of player with his efficiency. If he wanted to go out there and drop 70, he could. But this dude does not shoot against bad teams. He doesn't try against bad teams. That's what hurts him in the candidacy. But if Embiid plays the minimum amount of games, he's absolutely going to win it. At least he's going to be the most deserving.
It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, we got a 3-leg same game parlay plus. And I can definitively say right now, gentlemen, this is at plus 1120. So we are rolling right now. With that said, I'll just knock one game out because both of you, I didn't even plan this, but Finesse and Brad are both in the Celtics Heat game. Let me knock out the aforementioned Sixers game. This is a squad right now in 2 spots. One, they're rolling 6 straight wins. Last time they had a 7-game win streak, it was stopped actually at home by the Pacers, of all teams by the Pacers. So, yeah, you don't have Tyrese Halliburton. Normally, I would think Sixers, okay, struggle a little bit outside of their building. This is a possible letdown spot, but they are 8-1 in single-season revenge against the spread when they've lost by 5 or more points. The reason why that trend jumps out at me is because, again, it goes back to just the Sixers take games like this way too serious. It's January 25th. They've got like this block in them. No, they knocked us out. They beat us. They'll play like a playoff game tonight, even though this is like where most teams would let down. They're also covering 22-9 against the spread as a favorite. The spread is below 7. It's at 5.5 where we got it on MGM. Embiid is winning the MVP every night, or at least he's trying to. This is a big game without Tyrese Halliburton. Clearly, the Pacers have struggled. He's still out. So I'll start here laying the Sixers, against the Pacers, minus 5.5.
Yeah, I like
Any
that.
blowback?
No,
Any
I like that. And this is gonna be another Embiid massive game, right? Because he already has massive usage, and the Pacers are terrible in the middle. Adding Siakam doesn't do anything really for me. It add length, but it doesn't add any defensive prowess against Embiid. And then like it's funny because the Pacers are a team now where even if they get to an early lead, that unit that they're putting out is not going to be able to sustain anything, not success. I think when they played the Denver Nuggets, they were up at like 13 points. And then you could see like when you're shooting 80% from the field, obviously you're going to be up 13, 15 points, but then that's going to dwindle down and you're going to start forcing shots. You're going to think you're going to look to Siakam. And I mean, be for real, you put a good defender on Siakam, his efficiency goes down drastically. So I like that. I think that you're kind of safe for a live bet too, if you get into a bad sticky situation.
Not bad, not bad. Look, it's a long game, right? The
Yeah.
runs. It wouldn't surprise me at the pacing with the Indy if they got up. All right, just make it finesse. If you don't have any blowback, we can move on to Brad. But since we're doing this together, I don't want to just come in and be like, all right, this is the leg, and everybody's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait until you see what Brad has as far as his number is concerned. But just we're on the same page at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a short line, in my opinion. I think it's a little fishy, but Philly hasn't cared, like you said. Philly hasn't cared about all of those suspect spots. Only thing I would worry about is a look ahead spot. They play a huge TV game versus Denver, but like you said, there's a get up spot for them already, as get up as you can get in the regular season, coming off the L versus Indy. So yeah, short spread. Absolutely nobody to guard Embiid. Pacers really struggle to defend the isolation as well, which we obviously know Embiid loves to work in. So yeah, can't talk you off. I love it.
All right, there we go. So Sixers -5.5. That's the first leg. Brad, you then finesse, because you guys have a juicy 2-leg same game parlay that I don't even think y'all know you put together before we actually started doing this.
Yeah, no, we had no idea. And I love the negative correlation parlays because the odds are much better. I am taking the Miami Heat on the money line plus 260. And all signs point to not betting the Miami Heat, right? Miami Heat 0-4 against the spread as the home underdog, 1-3-1 against the spread with no rest. But listen, we have the Boston Celtics in a sticky situation here. Boston Celtics are ending their road game. I know that their road trip, I know they haven't played since Monday or Tuesday, but they're going against a Miami Heat team who knows and believes they can play against them. Had this been the meeting where they played in October, I would have absolutely taken the Celtics. The Celtics won that game by 8, but now they're back here in Miami, and the Miami Heat, they're not in that revenge angle anymore. They bring in Terry Rozier. I would like him to start, but I get what they're doing. They're in this situation where we're going to have Richardson start, and Terry Rozier is going to come in and play starters minutes. Game 1 logged 29 minutes, but he shot terribly. He's not going to shoot terribly in back-to-back games. It kind of fills that void of a Jaime Jaquez who's not going to be in for this game. I like big things for the Miami Heat moving forward, and I also like the price on them. I think it's just a bit too high.
Ooh, I love this first and foremost. You had a really stinker last night. It was low scoring as expected, but they just kind of collapsed in the second half. So even if they get the benefit of the doubt, all right, they were looking ahead. Well, this is the game you were looking ahead to.
Absolutely.
Right? So that now you got to show up, especially after that shellacking there. And one thing I'll add real quick, Finesse, before you get your thoughts on this game is there's something about having a rock as a coach like Eric Spoelstra to be able to bounce back, especially on a quick night like that. Whereas it's like, all right, man, Adrian Griffin, the Bucks lose that same spot. They're like, come on, man, what are you doing here? Yeah. So I love the fact that you can rely on Spo too. Finesse?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Boston fan, so you're always gonna get that bias from me. But I don't love it, but we got to root for us in a parlay. So Miami on a back-to-back, their defense has been terrible on back-to-backs. So I'm a little conflicted. I have Boston double result as part of one of my bets. So it's a little bit conflicting, but like Brad said, he found value in the money line. Thought it was too wide, and that's all we can kind of cap, right? What's plus EV and what's not. So. But yeah, Brad kind of touched on some negative correlation, and this is probably why. So I like Drew Holiday 2+3s, 2+3s, 11 in his last 16, 7 in his last 9 road games, and an 11 of 13 versus Miami. So amazing hit rates. 3+3s in 6 of those games, actually averaging 7 attempts in those 13 games versus Miami. So again, right, we're taking somebody to make threes, or we can kind of cap is the volume. Whether the ball goes in or not, that's up to them. Drew. Very hot as of late. Everything I'm looking at is kind of trending upwards, averaging close to 7 attempts from 3 last 8 games, shooting 42% from 3 in that span, attempts are way up compared to the season average. Last 9 road games too, shooting a ridiculous 47% from 3. Last 9 games overall, 54% of his shot attempts are coming from 3, which is higher than even guys like White and Porzingis, highest of the starters. So love that. And it's just a great matchup. Last 5 games, Miami's 26th in 3-point attempts allowed, allowing 38% from 3. Miami also allowed more attempts and a slightly better 3-point percent at home this year. Holiday's taking the 3rd most corner threes on the team and shooting 63% on corner threes this year. Still 50% last 7 from corner. Miami's allowing the 4th most 3-point attempts and the 4th highest 3-point percentage on corner threes this season. Miami's also bottom 10 defending catch and shoot threes. Last 10 games, Drew's shooting nearly 4 catch and shoot threes per game and 50% on those catch and shoot threes. So, yeah, like it from 3, like the catch and shoot aspect. Drew's a guy that he gets hot. He's going to shoot them, whether it's, transition or whatever the case is. So, a little bit risky because he's also a guy that will be very low volume, right? He's a high IQ player, will do whatever the team needs to win. So, some nights that means not scoring the ball. But really, really like this spot. I don't think it should be playable at 2+. I think it should be heavily juiced. I played the 3+ threes too. So if you're looking for a little, plus money, little ladder, I like that as well. So yeah, finishing out the parlay, Drew Holiday 2+ threes.
Now, real quick, Brad, you just had a this is how strong the Gold Boys link is right now, like the brotherhood at the Gold Boys community, where you just had a Celtics fan just completely bypass his own bias and fandom and say, I'm going to roll with my brother, Brad Thomas here. So even if you hate this holiday prop, Brad, you are bound to accept it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love it too. And listen, I know Finesse knows me and everyone who's watched me. When I bet NBA, I got to get a plus sign in front of it. And It's just way too much value here. We know it's a long season. These games to some teams don't matter as much. This game means a ton to the Heat, especially they've already down 1 in the season series. You got to make sure we emphasize that.
All right, Sixers -5.5, -105 on MGM is the first leg. Then we add the same game parlay from Brad and Finesse, respectively. Heat win money line. That's a +260 hit solo, and Finesse adding Drew Holiday, just 2 threes. But as he mentioned, there's value on 3 threes. That's an 11-20 same game parlay plus over at BetMGM. Fella, I think we did some solid work here, fellas.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm not the one to let the parlay down.
No,
but listen,
no.
I'm gonna keep swinging away with my insight and trying to cash as many tickets as possible.
Love it. All right, on the way out, we know on Twitter at Mr. Brad Thomas, at Finesse the Books. But Brad, then Finesse, just tell the world what you're doing, where they can find you beyond Twitter and everything else.
Yeah, right now your boy's working heavily in the golf space as always. So make sure you check out my golf action. We put a little fun parlay out, but I also put some serious 1 and 2 unit plays out. Also, we're getting ready for some NFL draft prep. So I'll be dropping my draft bets as they come out.
Yeah, same here. Like my man E said, you know where to find me. Finesse the Books on Twitter. Trying to pump out as much free content. Trying to up the quality of the free content to provide the free stuff for the people always. So yeah, catch me there, and go Boys. You'll catch me and Brad there. In my opinion, the best team in the world. So whatever you're looking for, they got it there. So hit up the support page on Twitter. Get yourself a nice little first month discount, and come on, the best team in the world. And yeah, that's it. I appreciate you putting these together, and let's smack one. Why not? Why not us? Nice little Thursday, right? Why not us?
Let's do it, fellas. Peace. See ya. All right. Thanks again to the fellas. Appreciate that. Reminder, follow us on Twitter at ShanderBets for me. Thank you out there. Hit that thumbs up button, comment away below. But really, if you can subscribe, that does so much for us as a channel, as a community. We're happy to continue to provide you free, researched, fun, hopefully entertaining content. All we ask in return is that you hit that thumbs up button and you can roll from there. We do have this opportunity for you. You want to play this parlay on BetMGM? Go ahead and do it. Put 5 in, bet anything, including this parlay, and you'll get 158 back. And yes, if you hit the parlay, you're going to get the 158 back as well. 21 or older, gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And look, we have a QR code there for you on top of everything. Appreciate you always being here as part of the program. We'll see you tomorrow.